Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. And today, what are we going to be talking about today? I want to talk about I call it my main channel, but it's kind of like my personal channel now. I guess that's what I call it now, my personal channel, Solshow. And I assume most people watching this, like, I haven't uploaded these videos yet, but I assume if anyone does watch these videos when I eventually upload them, it's like people who I've dragged from my Solshow channel. And, hopefully I can get some other viewers going. But, who knows? Maybe the series will take off and get millions of subscribers and it'll be my big breakthrough. But, yeah, or I'll just get like 2 views a video, which, it's all about the art. It's all about the art at the end of the day. Am I right? But, yeah, I specifically kind of wanted to talk about what it was like to be a YouTuber, like, trying to get a channel growing, what I was doing to grow that channel, what it was like to feel like when those, like, numbers were kind of starting to go away, the small numbers I had, like, where it eventually led to, where it is now, where I hope to take it in the future. That kind of stuff, like the rising and falling and rising again of Solshow. So, like, I started Solshow in February 15th of 2015, and like immediately, like what I was doing, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna be popular, like in any way, shape, or form. Like, obviously, reviewing old movies and stuff like that, like, wouldn't probably get that much viewership. Sure, there was a good chance it would work. Sure, there was a good chance, like, I could just, like, review a couple of new things, like I was trying to do. I'd review a couple new albums, a couple new movies, and, like, review a couple things that no one else has reviewed yet. That actually probably worked the best, just reviewing, like, old shit that, like, no one else has reviewed yet, like my review for House of Balloons, like, that's only because no one else reviewed it. Or my review for, like, I don't know, like the Searching Sullivan quest, I reviewed a mixtape that no one else, like, really covered all that much, aside from, like, a few exceptions. And, I, like, at the time, I hadn't graduated yet, so wasting a bunch of time on a passion project didn't seem like that bad of an idea. Whereas nowadays, it's like, time is like a currency, and it's kind of like really shitty. And if you do have a passion project nowadays, it's like, oh well, are you just wasting time? Like, people like look at my YouTubing and it's like, if it's not making money, they assume I'm wasting time. Like, fuck if I'm trying to do something like artistic and try to like do something that will interest people's minds and whatever, but I knew it probably wouldn't go anywhere. But my big goal was to get 1,000 subscribers. And, eventually, like, if I had just 1,000 people watching, 1,000 was like my magical number. If I had 1,000 people, like, and when I say 1,000, I mean like normal viewership. Like, if I could just upload like a review, like, that I wanted to upload, and like 1,000 other people were interested in it, despite the fact that, it wasn't like a search term and I'm like tricking the system, then I would be fulfilled. Like, that was like my big goal. And, I wanted the day when I get to 1,000 subscribers on Solshow, I wanted to get a tattoo to commemorate that. And for a while, like, I remember the first 100 subscribers, it was pretty healthy. I got 100 subscribers just doing the same thing, and like, I remember just like hitting up a bunch of channels. Like, back then, at the end of the reviews, I would feature people, and that was probably one of the healthier things I was doing. I was getting shout outs on a bunch of other people's videos, and even though I don't do that anymore, that's still something. If I still had like the free time and all that, I still would do that. There's just there's a number of reasons why I don't do that anymore. That's probably its own video. When I record the review commentaries, I don't know if you guys have seen those yet, but when I eventually do those, like, I'll probably talk about that a little bit more. But the first 100 subscribers was like really like kind of healthy process. Just me collaborating with people, me just finding little niches in searchable terms, stuff like that. And like I was getting up there, like once I was reaching towards the like 200 mark, I was doing a lot of the same thing. By then, like the struggle of being a YouTuber like wasn't like as worth it as much. Like I remember just like, because I've talked about this a couple of times, I was living in my car, and when you do that, like it's hard to do YouTubing. Like it's kind of impossible actually, because you literally just can't record. But I remember like driving like at like, it would be like the end of a day, late at night, I would drive out to my mom's house, throw my green screen on like a window curtain, film in front of my like family, which I was super uncomfortable doing, but I was like, fuck it, I just need to film these goddamn reviews. That's actually how I filmed the House of Balloons review, with my green screen on a curtain, and I filmed it in front of my family, and I did like 6 reviews back to back like that. And that's how I reviewed most of my things. Like back then, I don't have what I have now. I didn't have equipment. I didn't have like, I was shooting very guerrilla style. Like I was using random ass furniture to hold up my mic. I was using random ass furniture to hold up my camera because I didn't have a tripod. I had a shitty ass camera. I only had a Blue Yeti, which isn't like a bad mic, but I'm using a much better microphone right now. And that's how I was doing it. But I was getting up there. I was getting up to 200 subscribers. I was editing all of this on a laptop, a very shitty laptop. I still have it. It's falling apart. The battery in it is dead. It wasn't as bad back then, but it was falling apart because I was just using it so much. At one point, the screen also broke, and I had to spend a bunch of money to fix that. That was shitty as fuck, and I couldn't do YouTube for a while. While I was doing YouTube, I was plugging up the computer to a TV, which was a pain to edit on. God damn it! Like I'm so fucking lazy nowadays compared to then. Like I had so much more passion back then. Like I think I have the same amount of passion as I do. Like I'm putting the same amount of work in, but it's just kind of like a different passion. Like it's not new anymore. Like I think I was just a lot more optimistic back then, right? Whereas nowadays I'll upload a video, I'm just like, I know this won't get views. Whereas back then I was like, anything could happen, But now I like know how to get views, and like it's sometimes it's just like, is it worth whatever I have to do to get those views? And I like doing stuff like this, like experimental stuff. But yeah, I think I was like reaching up to the 200 mark, and like I remember I put out like a little social media campaign, like saying, oh, let's get up to 200 subscribers. And I remember my friend Keith, he made the Solshow video, which isn't on YouTube anymore, but it was one of my favorite videos. It was like plugging my channel in the most comedic way possible, and we were trying to get me up to 200 subscribers. And around this time, like we fast forward a little while, like way before my deadline, I was like 30 subscribers away, I think, and then suddenly I woke up and I had like 500 and some subscribers, and my channel had been botted. It had been botted to fuck. Apparently, whether it be, I don't even know how it works, in all honesty. I don't really want to know, but basically woke up with a bunch of subscribers, and I don't think most of them aren't real. So if you're go on to Solshow and be like, why does these videos only have so many views? That's because one, half of my subscribers on Solshow aren't real. They were part of some weird botting thing, and B, they got there overnight. Like my email was just flooded with random person B subscribed to you. And B, because I've like slowly killed off what viewership like I had. Like I obviously still have a bunch of, like, hopefully you guys who are watching who are, like, the real cool people. But I lost a lot of, like, viewers just kind of being too experimental, I obviously review a lot of different things, like, and, you know, back then it wasn't as bad, but, like, I was reviewing so many different things, and I was pointing people in so many different directions, and that's not really my fault completely. People should have an open mind, and, like, if they are a real fan, then they would be like, oh, he's reviewing this album, let me check out the album as he reviews it, or something like that. But people, like, have low attention spans. People have to consume a lot of media. People don't have time for bullshit. I'm a person, like, I understand. People don't even click on videos that don't relate to, like, topics they are interested in. I understand that. I am part of that problem. But the thing with that is, like, that negative thing is what kills a lot of people like me. And that's what makes a lot of shitty channels grow. They pander to these little demographics, and they put out this shit content, and they get millions of views. And people like me become oversaturated, and we go down, down, down. And, you know, I've been, like, in limbo with my Solshow channel for a long time, just because I've done so many different things. I review so many different things, and I've been around the near 600 mark for a long time. Like, after that bot thing, like, I was at like 550, and I've, like, slowly, like, stretched up to 600 subscribers, and, like, now it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And, like, now, ever since that botting thing, it's kind of killed, like, a part of me. Like, ever since that happened, like, well, obviously I can't get the tattoo that I wanted, because knowing that part of those subscribers aren't real, like, it makes, like, I can't get that tattoo. Like, part of my dream died when that happened. Once I realized, oh, like, these people aren't real. Like, part of me fucking died. It was, like, a really sad experience. And I was pretty, like, ever since then, like, it's felt like I'm no longer in this, like, healthy YouTube landscape that I thought I was in. Like, I really, like, I remember having, like, fun just, like, looking, like, through the subscriber list, and, like, I remember I memorized, like, you can click on your subscribers, and whoever has, like, their subscriber, like, whoever open, because you can have your people that you subscribe to, you can show that or you can hide that. And for people who don't hide that, I'm trying to explain YouTube stuff for people who don't have channels. But basically, I can look at my subscribers, and I remember I memorized a lot of them for a long period of time. But, you know, ever since that botting situation, it's not been the same. And I remember, like, my 100 subscribers video, I, like, shouted out a bunch of my subscribers. I shouted out, like, everyone I ever worked with. I shouted out. I was so much more about the community back then, and I'm still obviously about the community, and just in a lot of different ways. And I'm really trying to make small YouTube a thing, but, you know, it's kind of like big YouTube is just killing us. It's kind of like we're at the bottom, but, like, we're in our safe little, like, forest. But big YouTube is, like, throwing, like, fiery arrows at one another, and it's, like, landing on us down below, and we're just, like, dying. I'm watching my friends die around me, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I'll try to keep climbing, but it's like, yeah, and it's like it's a negative fucking space. Like, I don't like whenever I have to upload a video and I know it won't get views. Like, it's shitty to put so much work into something that won't get views. And I don't even know where I'm going with this. At one point, I stopped giving a shit about subscribers. I stopped giving a shit about views. I only became interested in the art. And a part of me is still that, but a part of me also, I want this to be a dream. I really, like, put a lot of money and passion into this. I want, and, you know, I tell other people, oh, like, what do you do? Oh, like, let me plug my channel that, like, Like, let me tell you about my channel that if you click on it, like, I'm gonna be embarrassed about the amount of views it has, despite like people look at it like, I don't know if they see like, wow, look at like this guy, like he's putting work in these thumbnails, he's like putting work in the videos, or if they just see the view count. Most people, I feel like, just see the view count, and that's like what's scary. And my view count isn't like terrible, like it's just like the immediate views. Like, no, I don't, my subscribers don't watch my videos. I don't have like an audience, it feels like sometimes. And goddamn, I've been talking longer than I usually do for these videos. I had a rant a little bit, I'm sorry. But yeah, to finish the video off, part of me doesn't give a shit about views, doesn't give a shit about subscribers, but at the same time, this is my dream. I'm trying to make this happen. I'm putting work in and day out, trying to make this happen, and I'm constantly in that balance. So that's kind of where I'm at now, and where I've been at for like probably like a year, just doing that. And you know, I'm trying to do other projects. I think some of them are profitable and fulfill me creatively, so I'm going to see where those go. But until then, we're still in limbo. And you know, as of the time I'm recording this, we're in limbo. But you know, I still will get a bunch of videos that'll get views. Soul music is still profitable. That still has potential. You know, YouTube just announced, you know, that people under 1,000 subscribers can't make money anymore. So I'm no longer gonna get the few pennies I did. I say pennies, I was making pretty good money off of soul music, but I'm no longer going to. And you know, I could have just had my channel botted, have fake ass views again, and I'd still be making money. I'd probably still make $100 or two in the next couple months if I just decided to bot my soul music channel. But considering how fucking awful like that went, like I hate the idea of buying subscribers, like, and if some, like the fact that someone did that like to my channel, like I really fucking, that pisses me off. But like I can't do that, like even if it means making money, like I can't, like it's like part of me will die. Like at least when I look at soul music and I see that subscriber count, like I know that I did that. I got hundreds of people to invest in whatever I'm doing here, even if they don't actually give a shit. Even if like I'm sure there's so many bots on the internet and so many fake views and fake accounts or whatever, I'm sure some of them must have landed on that channel, like at least like a dozen or two. But at least part of me like says I accomplished something really great. And the content, I'm really proud of a lot of the content I did. Like I have a playlist on my channel called Soul Essentials. I'm really proud of that playlist. A lot of the videos I'm really proud of, and you know, a lot of the videos I'm really proud of, some of them have a couple thousand views, and that's fucking awesome. And you know, that's kind of, when I make a video, I want like 3 check marks. I want like 1,000 views. That's like my utmost like goal. I know I'm not gonna get that, but like 90% of the time. But like that's my like viewership goal. If I could make money, obviously I'm not gonna get that even with 1,000 views. But if I got like even like $5 for putting like 10 hours of work into a video, like part of it would be worth it to me. You know, because it's my free time. Like if it doesn't make as much money, that's okay. But, and it's my passion, it's my art. Like I think anyone would kill to be an artist who makes money. And then 3 good comments. And I don't think I've ever had a video that actually hit all 3 of those check marks. I made a couple videos that got a lot of views. I've made a couple videos that got like a lot of like I've made money off of. And I don't think I've ever had a video that actually had like good comments. Like whenever I make a video that gets a couple thousand views, like let's talk about the billboard videos. The billboard videos always get a bunch of dislikes and people telling me to like kill myself and like telling me like to shut the fuck up or whatever else. And I don't know if that's just me as a person, like if I'm just like people like instantly see me and my voice or something. Like I remember my brother as a kid, like he would just be like, oh god, I just hate your fucking voice. And, you know, I don't know, like, that's always bothered me. And I've always hated my voice. And that's not something I can change, but God. Like, I'm really, like, that's what I've talked about, like, earlier in this series. I'm trying to, like, develop my online presence and trying to add some enthusiasm, guys, when I'm like, hey, what's up, Good Morning Soul? Like, I'm trying to have some kind of online personality that's, like, welcoming and some kind of lull that people can get into. But it's just so fucking hard, and it's so fucking depressing sometimes. And sometimes I just want, like, if you ever want, like, an indicator that nobody cares about you, then make a YouTube channel, because you can literally, like, be like, okay, this video got like 5 views, and I know I have like 30 like good friends who, like, I would consider like good enough friends that they'd watch this video. So it turns out only like I have like 5 of those people. Wait, I watched the video, so there's 4 people. Oh wait, those are probably just random subscribers. Maybe nobody cares about me. Yeah, stuff like that. That's always on my mind. That's something that I am never going to get rid of. I think ever since I started YouTube, it's kind of like, that's when I started to, like, I think other people have done that, where they put like ever since social media, they put like statistics and like numbers and like weight on like how much people like them. And I always avoided that because I never gave a shit about Facebook, and I wasn't on Twitter. I wasn't on any social media before YouTube. But ever since YouTube, it's kind of just been like, oh, okay, this is like who cares about me. This is who like doesn't care about me. And the numbers don't look good. But yeah, this has been a negative video. I don't like making negative videos like this. But you know, I want to end it on the positive note that I am in this little studio that I am in and day out, putting in work whenever I can. Literally all my like free time, that is like free time I can help. Obviously I put free time into hanging out with friends and hanging out with my girlfriend. All the free time that is like mine is like 85% of it is doing this, and 15% of it is like watching anime and like playing games. But all the anime and games, all the art I consume half for the sake of making a video on it. So really all my free time is going to this. And, you know, it sucks that like there isn't much to show for that on terms of financial or like whatever else, kind of. But yeah, happy note to end the video. I am putting in this work, and hopefully one day it'll pay off. The biggest, like some of the best like notes I'll get, like, hey, some people get their breaks like 10 years down the line. So if I wait passionately and I just keep putting this work in, I do believe one day it'll pay off. And hopefully, if you are a viewer, you will be there to see it. You just gotta stick with me here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, as always. And with that, I leave you.